We've watched our next guest grow up on camera from playing teenage son on Seventh Heaven to playing a father on the new show Naomi. Please welcome Barry Watson.
Welcome, Barry.
Welcome to the show, Barry.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Absolutely. Now, you recently just completed a road trip. I'm not a road trip kind of girl, but you went from Atlanta to Los Angeles. Would you say you're a frequent road tripper?
Oh, I mean, yes, I road trip as much as I can.
Really?
It's the best. Well, for me, it's the best way to see places that you never normally would see, places you figure out that you want to come back to, and also you discover places that you never want to see again. I don't need to go back there again. No, but I love it, and I don't think, it's I don't know, it's like meditation for me.
Were you like that as a little boy too? Did you like road trips?
The road trips we did, I mean, I think looking back as a kid, our big road trips were never that long. They were probably like a couple hours or so, but as a kid, I think they felt like forever. And I was always just very anxious, and I had energy like every young kid has, so it was hard to be stuck in a car.
Are we there yet? So you were that kid, the are we there yet? I love road trips just like you do, so I'm so curious. What would you say is one of your more memorable road trip experiences?
Oh, God, I've had so many different ones. Road trips with my older brother back in the day when we were both in our late teens and, early 20s. But probably more recently would probably be, the beginning of COVID. When everybody was hoarding toilet paper and nobody knew what was going on, and the kids' school shut down and work sort of stopped, and we have a place up in northern Michigan near where I'm from, and so we kind of packed up the car and started driving there because it felt like maybe that was the safest place to be. And we knew a lot of our neighbors up there weren't hoarding toilet paper. So it was interesting because you really kind of saw how other people were reacting to this this pandemic, taking precaution. My wife made me wipe down. I think I probably cleaned every single gas station pump handle with hand sanitizer. So
we thank you for your service.
You were welcome. So that was probably the more recent memorable one. Of course, my road trip back from Atlanta to LA was great because you work so hard for 5 months, and you kind of, these 5 days to sort of detox yourself and kind of get back into the mode of, just being a full-time dad.
Yeah.
Which that's my number one job.
I love that.
Oh, and I'm sure you're great at it. Now, Barry, 20 years ago, you were diagnosed with cancer, Hodgkin's lymphoma, and now, thank God, you're in remission. But how did that health scare shape how you look at healthcare workers as a whole, especially with what they're dealing with right now?
That was really the beginning for me of how grateful I am to these unsung heroes, these nurses. For me, it was, when I was in the cancer center at Cedars-Sinai and dealing with all the cancer nurses, my oncologist, and, just what they have to go through dealing with, these people that are suffering, people who are dying. And then also, now with COVID, it sort of brought me back to that time and just thinking how grateful we all should be for these people that have just worked their tails off to make our lives better. And so, I mean, I learned it then, but it was sort of brought back all those memories, during this time, and, also talking to my kids about it as well, and how grateful we should be for these healthcare workers.
Yeah.
Well, we are so glad that you're doing well, and obviously your family is thriving. You recently actually posted that your daughter informed you that your dog was engaged, and she would be presiding over the ceremony.
Oh.
So how was the wedding? We have to ask.
I thought the wedding went well. I haven't posted any of the videos because it was the hardest video to shoot with two dogs trying to sit still for their nuptials. I thought it personally was beautiful. But the next day, my daughter, Clover, informed me that they're getting a divorce.
Oh, no!
No, that's tragic.
Well, hold on. It hasn't happened yet.
Okay.
I'm trying to convince her and her friend Willa to get them into couples therapy.
Oh, good.
So-
oh, good.
Nice.
Oh, good.
That's
We'll
the
see
next
how that
step.
goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're a great dad, I can tell. Now, let's talk about your new show, Naomi. You play the father of a young superhero. Please tell us all about it.
Naomi is one of the newer DC superheroes. She's a 16-year-old Black young lady, and is sort of like, you know, from the pilot episode, when I first read the pilot episode, she's sort of like the Ferris Bueller of, you know, teenagers. Like, everybody loves her. She's good at everything. She's also a huge fan of superheroes and comics, which is interesting because then she realizes that she herself has these superpowers.
Ah.
I play her adopted father, and Casey Wallfall is the lead character who plays Naomi, and she is a gem. She's beautiful. I don't want to get her head too big or anything like that, but yeah, she's got a star father.
Awesome. I'm like, I gotta tune into this show.
Yeah.
Your former hit show, though, Seventh Heaven, was one of the first shows to air on the CW network. Gotta be honest with you, I was a huge fan of the show. I could sing you the song right now. It's one of my favorites. But obviously, how does it feel to come full circle and be back playing the role of a dad?
It's crazy because obviously I don't think I could play the role without being a father in real life.
Yeah.
So there's that. But for me, it's so interesting because I'm working with all these, you know, young actors who are, you know, absolutely wonderful. But
just like you were.
You know, but I feel that way still. I still feel young at heart, and
that's awesome.
You know, I get excited about coming to work every day. But yeah, it's interesting how this universe works, and it's interesting how I've, you know, from the very start when it was just the WB into the CW, and now I'm back again.
So cool.
And it feels great.
It is so cool, and we actually have a clip of you and Naomi. Let's take a look.
It's your 20th anniversary.
Naomi, you know, all we care about is that we're healthy and happy. That you're healthy and happy.
Is this because of me?
No.
Dad, I can always tell when you're lying because you do that thing where you scrunch up your forehead.
With all that's been going on, it's better to be extra careful.
I'm fine. You can't cancel this party because of me. Please.
Barry, thanks for stopping by. Naomi airs Tuesdays at 9 p.m. on the CW. You don't want to miss it.